Hello, Internet. My name is Alaina. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to this video. Welcome to my life. This particular video is going to be about motherhood. Yeah! Super exciting. Don't get it twisted. We're gonna have fun. So I guess first things first, just like, what is motherhood to you? And like, for the longest time in my life, I did not want to be a mom. I was like, no, motherhood, not for me. I'm much too self-centered as a person to ever have to worry about raising something attached to me for 18 years. I was like, not my cup of tea, not feeling it. Like, I'll be the really cool aunt, but I'm definitely not mom material. And I was thinking like that for all through high school, a couple of years after high school, like a year after high school, I guess. I was just dead set on being this Miss Independent thing, taking on the world. Don't need no baby to hold me down. Don't want no baby to hold me down. But, you know, it's crazy because Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, your life gets flipped, turned upside down, and shit gets real. So first things first, knowing you're pregnant is this weird intuition you just kind of like have in your body. Like, okay, never being pregnant before. One day you wake up and you're just like off, like something's different. Something's not right with your body, and you're just like, oh, like maybe I'm just gonna have my lady time, and lady time doesn't come, and you're just like, what's going on here, body? And then like me personally, I got super sick, like morning sickness out the yin, and at first I thought it was like a stomach flu or something because I had a fever, I was throwing up all the time, couldn't keep anything down, and it took like a good 2 weeks for me to realize like, okay, maybe it's not a sickness, maybe you're pregnant. And lo and behold, a couple pee sticks later and a little bit of denial, I was pregnant. The thing about like having a baby is it's not just you, it's not just the mom, like the dad is a factor too. And I'm really lucky to have the best boyfriend ever. Even though he wasn't my boyfriend at the time I found out I was pregnant, he was just kind of like this guy I was obsessed with, and I kind of trapped him. Just kidding. But he was really scared when I told him I was pregnant. Like, of course, probably shit his pants, I shit my pants. So we're both just sitting there, sitting on our own shit, like, well, what do we do? Like, yeah, there's options, but what do we want to do? Like, do you see it possible having a baby together? And like, immediately I was like, yeah, like, I'll marry you tomorrow, dude. And at the time, I didn't have a job. I had actually, a month before I found out I was pregnant, gotten fired from my job at a one sandwich company I will not name. So I was jobless, I was pregnant, I was scared. Such is life. And I was 20 at the time, so I was kind of like full-blown young adult crisis. But Marcus ended up getting 2 jobs in Tempe, and one of them was at a clothing store, and me being the creepy bitch I am, I got a job at that clothing store too. I just want to give the biggest shout out to all you working moms. Like, the hustle, the mommy hustle is real. The mommy hustle is not to be underestimated. Lord have no fear like a mom getting that money. So shout out to all you working mommies. Like, it's really hard. Not only does your body not want to work, doesn't want to sit there or stand there for 8 hours a day. Like, no, you just want to eat and sleep, but you don't. You push through it, you work hard, you put a smile on your face because you're working for something bigger than you. Like, you're working for your baby. And that, to have that kind of mentality, that's when I noticed like a change in myself, because it, like, I was a little skeptical of myself. Like, I knew I'd be a great mom, but I didn't know if I would be able to put my ego aside for the sake of a greater cause, which I like, that happened, and I didn't think I could ever freaking do that. But life happens, yo. So time goes along, we go to more doctor's appointments, I start getting bigger, and we find out the sex of our baby. And that in itself is like a really weird experience, because that kind of solidifies like what you're doing and what's about to happen, what's about to go down when they tell you if it's a boy or a girl. Because then you have to pick a name, and I really was dead set on a girl. I wanted a girl with all of my heart and soul. I had picked out the name like immediately, Audrey, and that was gonna be it. And she was gonna be beautiful and perfect and a freaking ballerina. But we went to the ultrasound and it was a boy, and right away she's like, yep, it's a boy, look at that thing. And she like zoomed in on its little pee-pee, and I was like, oh, that's not what I anticipated. But it's like a pleasant surprise, because I think boys are really easy. They love sports and dirt, and that's pretty much all Oliver is dirt and sports. It's funny because it's true. But naming him was a really hard decision, because boy names for me are super difficult. Like, I couldn't think of any good boy names, and Marcus was kind of having a hard time too, and like we kind of joke around about names, just like stupid names. But we both really liked the name Oliver, because Oliver is classy, it's sophisticated, he's suave, he's smart, he's funny, and like this kid is literally that. So it was, boom, perfect name. And that kind of made it real, like Oliver's coming. Like a long story short, I was in the hospital for almost 2 days just being induced. So I was in labor basically for 2 days. Not hard labor, but I was in labor for 2 days. So just like no sleeping. I didn't take a lot of painkillers, because after a certain point they can't give you painkillers. So once they cut me off, I was like, I was the grumpiest person in the world. I feel so bad for all the family that came to visit me. I'm sorry for how grouchy I was. I was in a lot of pain. But finally they decided to pop my water. And after that, it was go time. That kid was out in like less than 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes of me being in active labor. That kid was out screaming, and he was the most beautiful little chunk I've ever seen in my life. And like, it was so real. It was so real. And like when they gave him to me and I held him and he looked like a giant swollen potato, I was just so in love. I was so in love. Like that's when everything kind of like, I was like, okay, hard part's done. What I thought was the hard part was done. Like I had this baby, and he was beautiful, and he was perfect, and he was healthy, and he was like eating, and it was great. Baby, you're the baby. I'm talking about you. So the first night in the hospital was just a blur, because I slept. I ate an entire chocolate cake and I slept. And when we got home, that's kind of like things really started to get real, because that kid was up every hour wanting to eat. He didn't really want to eat. He just like, he needed me. We'll just call it he needed me. And I didn't get any sleep. I don't think Marcus really got a lot of sleep, but he's a really good sleeper anyway. But it was hard. He had to go back to work. I eventually had to go back to work. I think I went to work maybe 2 weeks after I had him, maybe less than that. I feel like it was less than that for some reason. I went right back to work. So like, you know the expression time flies, but like time freaking books it when you have a child. The first month turned into 6 months, and then he was walking, and then he started talking a little bit, and then all of a sudden he's a year old. And that was the really cool milestone, because like they go from a useless potato to a little tiny person in 12 months, and it's just incredible to be a part of raising him. Even though Marcus and I both worked a lot and we didn't really get a lot of Oliver time, we were both working 40 plus hours a week, it was still, you feel proud that like this little person's my little person, and he's the shit. Like he's a really cool kid. He's smart. He's so freaking smart. I don't know what we did to make him so smart, but he's a little genius, little boy genius. So his 2-year birthday is on Easter, and I'm really excited. It's gonna be a lot more fun than his first birthday. He's more active. He knows family now, and he can call family by names, and he's gonna get a piñata, that's for sure. But it's gonna be really fun, and I guess the point of this video is just to kind of talk about growing up. Like, I've grown up a lot from being like that party girl to being that cool mom, and that you don't really know how gratifying life is until you found something that makes you happy and gives you a purpose. And what gave me my purpose was my son. It could have been anything, but it was him, and it's my boyfriend, and it's the situation I'm in now. Being able to be a full-time mom is the best blessing I could receive, because my sole job is to just make up for time lost his first year, and to just kind of continue to grow this kid up to be a freaking badass. And I think we're doing a really good job. I think I'm doing a great job. It's exhausting. Like, being a full-time mom is the craziness. I'm really stoked to continue the journey of being a full-time mommy and getting all this blessed time with my son and have more adventures. And I want to bring you all along with me on this adventure. So if you like this video, say something about it, like it, I don't know, share it, show somebody. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I am definitely gonna be making some more videos, so stay tuned, stay classy, and stay you.